What's going on, family? This is episode 58 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, and I am joined, as always, by Mr. What's Good himself, Israel.
What's good? It's another day to be great.
It's another day of being great. And also, we have, we got a doctor in the house because we got Luke in the building.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? What's going on?
What is going on, fellas? Hey, off the top, this is Libra season. I gotta let the people know that if you see me acting a little unusual, it's because I'm just celebrating my birthday Friday. So, you know, we're gonna have something to talk about for sure next Monday because I'm acting a fool.
Crazy word.
uh but fellas, you know how we start these things off. How was y'all weekend?
Man, think my weekend, it was all right. It was pretty festive. Got a chance to get out, see some people, hang out, chill in the crib, take a nap, listen to music, just chilling vibe and get to work late on Monday. Have a late start on Monday.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, my weekend was the same old, same old. Just getting stuff knocked out over here in the east, man. Um, man, really, like I said, just working. It's always gonna be just working, really, but nothing too exciting over the weekend.
Yeah, same here, working, networking. Really, you're trying to, get to the next level of things. We got people that's constantly supporting us. So shout out to everybody who's following us on the other social media platforms. Shout out to the people who are, supporting us on YouTube and things of that nature. Shout out to the people who listen to us on Spotify. That can't join us live on Mondays, but they don't mind listening to us and hearing us, you know what I'm saying, throughout their week. So I'm definitely happy and gonna, of course, shout them out. But yeah, my weekend wasn't too bad. I ain't do too much. But like I said, this Libra season, So shout out to all the Libras, because when we come through, we step. You know what? All the air signs really be coming through and stepping for real. Gemini's, Aquarius, I think, right? And Aquarius is also an air sign, and with the Libras, it's us three against the world.
Yeah. Big three.
Oh snap! Um, okay, so fellas, I know I left off with this last week, but a lot of stuff. Like speaking of Libras, I got a question for y'all. Y'all know this is my
Is
segment.
it
Is it
disrespectful?
disrespectful? We had a lot of things that happened that could be disrespectful, fellas. But one of the things that I wanted to ask you all about is the whole. Remember, we talked about Cardi B and Offset back in season one of our earliest episodes, and they talked about their divorce and everything that they had going on. So supposedly, well, not supposedly, it's she announced that she's pregnant. Cardi B is now pregnant with a new person, one of the NFL players, Stephon Diggs. But on paper, she's still married to Offset. So my
Sounds like a
question, fellas.
situationship.
So my question, fellas, is it disrespectful for her to be pregnant by another man and still be married to Offset, even though she asked for the divorce a year ago?
Yeah, I think it's bad P management at that point. And
Ooh.
yeah, because it's like how you married, and then you got it sounds like a whole situationship at this point. A situationship that many people, I guess, do in life, where it's like, all right, you married, but we separated, but we do what we do. But you still end up pregnant, and now like you can't get married to another dude until you divorce to the other dude. But you just out here moving like you moving is crazy. That's
Well,
not married woman like. Even if you ain't divorced that on papers, you got if you want to be legit with it, get divorced on paper, and then be like everybody else. But
I
them
think
rich people problems. I think those rich people problems.
no, you know what that is though, because she said that he just won't sign the papers. She filed for it and everything, but he the one that won't sign.
Dang. Well, they'll forever be in a situation shit.
Hey, grandma. So what you think, Luke? Is it disrespectful for her to be pregnant right now, or is that just life?
nah, that's just life. It's a dirty, dirty game out here, my boy. It's a dirty, dirty game. Dirty, dirty game. He already know what it
Super
was.
dirty.
Well, he knew who he was marrying. He knew who he was marrying. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's
she
kind of
be
like
outside.
like Israel said, it come with it. Yeah, she be. I mean, her whole career. No,
She
no,
moving
I'm
like
gonna
what
keep it
she
real. Her
used to
whole
be.
career is based around her. Right, right. Her whole career is based around Gadarachi activities.
Oh,
So
Paparazzi
for
is
her to
crazy.
perform, yeah, I said it. I said it. Get mad. Come on, Twitter. Come on. They always coming for Luke because I say something that make them mad. I don't care. I don't care. Gadarachi activities. So I don't understand. I don't see it as disrespectful because he knew who he was getting into this relationship with. Again, it is in my mind. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but I mean, at the end of the day, those just papers. Most people don't really respect that stuff nowadays, anyway, including a lot of our parents. So,
mm.
I mean, it just is what it is. She moving on with her life. Now, I can kind of understand probably why he don't want to go through that whole divorce thing. I hope he got a prenup, but I don't know
I don't think they
if all.
did.
Yeah, yeah, that love shit they be talking about. Excuse my language, but yeah, that stuff. This is why we be telling people like you got to think about what you're doing. So it's embarrassing to him, but I don't think he's losing any sleep outside of maybe what he goes through personally. It probably does feel some kind of way, but that it just is what it is. You don't own nobody out here. It's all fair in love and war anyway. People will like you. People will be with you for 10 years, love you, build a whole career or whatever with you, and then the next 10 years they with somebody completely different. So I mean, she moving, and if she asks for the divorce and he still ain't gave her the divorce, it's not. It can't. It
Yeah,
ain't.
she
It's not
definitely
that bad.
asked for it.
Yeah, let her go. Let her go. Let her go fly like a bird.
Well, they both been doing their own thing for the past since she filed for the divorce. So I don't understand why he just ain't go ahead and just sign the paper. I mean, he is demanding a few things from the for the divorce, which I think is kind of outrageous. I ain't gonna lie, but
What? You think it's outrageous?
he asking for like stuff I feel like ain't like, dude, you rich, like
He being petty.
just
He
let it
Nah,
doing the
go.
petty clothes. He doing
nah.
a
He
You
being
petty
a
supposed to
little
leave at
be.
petty.
this
He being
point.
a little petty.
Yeah.
You supposed to
Just
be petty when you that rich though. You can afford to be petty.
Afford
okay.
You
to
can
be
afford to be
petty.
petty.
It's crazy.
I'd be petty too. I look. If I was Offset, I'd make this one of the most stressful things she ever dealt with. Whether he
It
wrong or
is. She
right,
What
said
all
is
it
his
is.
yeah.
problem? It's his
She
problem
said it
though.
is.
Hey,
But he the problem. If he wasn't out here cheating and stuff, she
man,
would
look,
be.
let me. I'm glad you brought that up. This is where Offset messed up at, and this is why for the gentleman, listen
Hey
to me very
Ruby,
closely.
come on. We've been
Listen to
needing
me
you.
very
Come on.
closely when I say this. What Offset did was he dated his equal. Now y'all know how that be like sounding good, and that oh yeah, she a power woman, she a power boss just like me. Until you in this situation, what you should
Yeah.
have did Offset was you should have went and found you a normal girl out of the spotlight, have no type of social influence, and I bet you your life and your marriage would have been way better. That's why I don't have no pity for him because it's like you chose a Grammy Award winning thought. So I don't know how we supposed to feel bad for you.
Grammy Award winning thoughts is
It's
You know what
crazy.
I'm
crazy.
saying?
She
It ain't like
changed
you.
her life.
It ain't like you went out there and married Maya Angelou. So what do you expect? But since they playing that game, I believe he should play the game all the way. Because if I'm not mistaken, she wanted the divorce. I'm not sure if he wanted the divorce. So I
She
don't want
wanted
to
the divorce.
right.
But
So since she wanted
because he's the
divorce,
problem. Of course he wants
because
the divorce.
he was cheating on her, which she knew he was cheating. How do you I don't understand that. How do you get with a rap artist, okay? Just like he don't expect you to stop shaking your behind on camera, how you gonna expect him to stop having women around just because y'all married?
No, he
That's a
wasn't
part of
just
the
gonna
whole game.
Well, I mean,
having
ain't
women
that part of
around
the
is one
vows,
thing,
Luke?
but if you got
The
if you
vows,
Ain't
the
that
got
vows go out. The vows go out the window when you marry somebody that is in the same industry as you, and it's already a dirty industry.
having
It's
women is
already
one
a
thing, but if you
provocative
doing those
industry.
women, that's another
It's
that's
not
an
thing.
like she
interesting take.
sing. It's not like she sings R&B love songs, family. Let's be real about who we talking about. So I have no pity for neither one of them, but I do understand. You know, I ain't got
Hold
no
on,
pity for neither one of them.
hold on, let's ask Ruby. Ruby, is it disrespectful?
We're gonna have to have
Hey, Ruby.
Hey,
Oh,
wait,
what's
is what
good?
disrespectful? Hey,
It,
y'all.
Finally in.
cause we've been missing you. I don't know. Family, we finally got the lady of the podcast to come on. She was supposed to came on when season 2 started, but she want to wait like 4 episodes in.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. My bad. But
But
what disrespectful?
we on a question right now of, is it disrespectful? So Cardi B still married to Offset on paper, but she filed for divorce a year ago, right? But she's
Hmm.
pregnant now by NFL player Stephon Diggs. Is it disrespectful for her to be pregnant while she's still legally married to Offset?
Um, that's a good question. In my opinion, honestly, no. If they're separated and the divorce was filed, no, I don't feel like it's disrespectful because clearly she's moved on from the situation. So if she's moved on and they're no longer together, I mean, like the only thing that's keeping them together is paper. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what else do they have outside of the children that they do have together, tying them
Mm-hmm.
together? Absolutely nothing. So I personally feel like if she's moved on, she's filed for divorce, and she's in another relationship with someone, then I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Okay. Luke say she a Tadarachi. Don't do that. Our fellow
No,
Libra like
no,
that.
because guess what? Guess what? If it was a man who filed for divorce, had another baby while they were still legally married but separated, guess what? Everybody would be at the baby shower eating meatballs, just like they finna be with Cardi B. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, the only thing keeping them
Hey,
together is paper.
them them them
Like,
uh them baby shower meatballs fire. Pause.
that's just my opinion. But I mean, I get it. I get it. You know how people go by the Bible, like you shouldn't step out of your marriage and all of that. But I mean, like if she no longer seeks interest in him, what is the harm in is what I'm asking. Like she done moved on in a new relationship. It looked like she happy. And I mean if she not, she's putting on a good facade, but for the most part it looked like she happy. She just on pen and paper still signed to offset. So that's how I look at it.
All right. Well, there y'all have it for my. I kind of like that segment sometimes where I'll be like, you know what, y'all, I need to know if it's disrespectful or not. Because sometimes my I'll be reading stuff online, and everybody got their own opinion of what's going on. So I'm like, let us discuss that here on the Pharaohs Podcast. But let's get into the first topic of the day. All right, and the first topic of the day, family, we had a situation in Michigan yesterday um with someone shooting a church, a Mormon church.
They shooting up churches again?
Yeah, it's crazy work.
Mm-mm.
4 people were killed unalived and 8 others injured in an attack during a Sunday morning service, police say.
That's crazy.
Some of the injured were shot, while others suffered from smoke uh, inhalation. A doctor at a hospital where many treated said in Sunday news conference. The gunman was taken down by officers within minutes. Investigators identified him as Thomas Jacob Sanford, 40 years old, who served with the Marines and was in the Iraq. He is an Iraq War veteran. His family is cooperating with the FBI as they investigate the attack. So the man literally drove his truck into the church, went in, opened fire, and then set it ablaze.
That is crazy. Was this man Caucasian? Did he just so happen to be a Caucasian person? Tell me. I want to know, Pharaoh.
He was a Caucasian man.
Oh my God. No wonder. This sounds like those caution activities that they do. I'm sorry, but just like they profile us, ain't no black person gonna be out here shooting up the church. I'm sorry. And if it did, they ain't leaving alive. Cause I know at least a handful of, at the church that be carrying and toting guns and knives from the grandmamas on down.
Yeah,
Might
this
have
isn't the
Indiana
only.
Jones.
This wasn't even the only gun church that got shot up yesterday. It was another one in North Carolina. So
Are they related?
no, they're not related at all. But what's your take on this, Luke, of like the crazy gunman situation yesterday? Like he drove. It was hundreds of people that was at church. Let's get that out the way. The church house was packed.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
hundreds of people inside the church. He decided to drive his truck. I think it was a pickup truck into the building. Got out the car, shot 4 people. More than well, he injured. He shot multiple people. 4 people hurt. Things of that nature. And then he said. Then he poured gasoline and set the church on fire.
This
That's
is a
a real
wild story.
catch on fire right there. Go ahead.
This man.
Well, he
Yeah,
literally said catch on fire. Well, go ahead, Luke. What you think about this
yeah,
story?
just my little quick 2 cents on the story. Yeah, man, it's very tragic. First off, I mean, America's falling, man. I mean, when it is falling, and a lot of the principles of what used to be sacred and what used to be kind of like a off just off the table type certain situations. So like how they say with the gangs, at one point they didn't mess with the women and the children. We know that's not the case anymore. Like they say with marriage, at one point it was expected at some point you would get married. And of course, not everybody was, but it was expected that majority of the population would find themselves into some type of nuclear family. We see that's no longer the case. Hookup culture has completely taken over our generation to where marriage is at literally an all-time low it's ever been in the history of America and probably in the history of the world right now because it's kind of almost like a worldwide thing going on. So we see these certain things of common life, which is spirituality, family, relationships. The sacredness of most of these things have been taken away. It just is what it is. So I'm not really complaining about it no more. I used to think in that mindset with, oh, we should do that in the third. It just is what it is. But this is a prime example on why I believe for churches that are in America or mosques or any type of spiritual building or anywhere you are, there should be things in place for situations like this. I'm not 100% sure if the church in Michigan had situations in place for things like this. I'm leaning towards the fact that they didn't. If he was able to commit this many things, but I also do understand sometimes even if you have a tactical group, it is better to evacuate and escape than to actually confront. But there couldn't have been any kind of tactical, in my mind, it couldn't have been any kind of tactical planning by that church
I
if he
got a
was able
question.
to take the lives of people and also hurt them, unless this hurting came from the actual driving into the church. It could have been injuries in that way. But if there was more of a massacre type situation going on, poor preparation by the church and by the men of the church or whoever their security staff is. So I would take it as a lesson. It's very unfortunate, but we see nowadays a lot of unfortunate things happen. Things happening at schools, things happening at churches. There's nothing off limits anymore. We live in a police state. We always must understand that. So I think the best thing we can learn from it is again to prepare yourself, arm yourself, and if you're dealing with a church, or I think a lot of churches are going to start taking this into account, you should have a security team for a church that size. Now, understand at one point you didn't need it, but we don't live in these days and times anymore.
Nah,
So there's
they
no point in
robbing churches.
complaining about it, you know. But that's my take on it.
What's
I
your
got a
question,
question.
Israel?
Was the church in North Carolina, was that also done by white women? Come on, man. Give it to you. You gotta let me know. I just
It
want to know.
it was.
Oh my God. That's 2 for 2. Now, what's this church though that got shot up? What were they, black churches? Well, Mormon. I don't know too many
No,
black
they were
Mormons.
Mormon. They were Christian. It's called Jesus, the Temple of Jesus Christ,
Were those black churches?
Latter City or something like that. It's a, like I say, it's a Mormon church. So
What about the one in
I'm
Carolina, North Carolina?
I didn't get the name for that, but I just heard about it. I didn't get the information on that.
All right. Hopefully, this be a wake up call for churches, especially the churches that are female predominantly women,
That's all
because
churches, Israel.
yeah,
Yeah.
most of them, most of. I don't know.
No,
I
all
seen
of them, bro.
some of the mega churches. It's a good split with some of them, surprisingly, but
Okay, okay.
yeah, it should be they should have women going to gun safety classes and have some type of hey, maybe a group of people, like you said, have gun safety tactical enforcement classes or something to know what to do in case of an emergency and things like this. And in times like this, you gotta stay strapped. Even the church gotta stay strapped. Oh snap! Got my yeah. Even the church gotta stay strapped and prepared, because if not, you're gonna end up in these situations. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I wish I woulda did this, coulda did this, we shoulda did that, but they didn't. And that is why certain people should only be allowed in church. I mean, certain things, certain people, you when you go into church, you gotta abide by those rules. Now, if they don't, they gotta get up and get out. But you gotta have people vigilant, alert, and ready. You gotta stay ready. Stay strapped to get clapped.
Y'all, fellas, we gotta hold on, wait a second, hold on, y'all, we got the Imperial Princess Joy on the phone. Y'all
Snap.
let me know.
Oh, snap. What's good? Feliz
Y'all hear her?
cumpleaños.
Can y'all hear her?
No,
Say hello.
Hey,
happy birthday.
Israel said happy birthday.
thank you.
Yeah, it's a big birthday for you,
What's that?
Princess.
How old is it?
Hold on, wait a minute.
What
I don't think
number
they
we
can hear.
on?
Hold on, she can't hear y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me make sure that she can hear y'all. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Is the
Big
question.
shout out.
Big
Yeah.
shout out.
Can y'all hear me? Who? I
Yeah.
don't think they
Yes,
can hear
sir.
me.
I can hear you.
All right, can you hear them, Joy?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Joy, from the Prophet Luke.
Thank you.
You welcome. You welcome.
What you
Joy and
dirty
my
30?
father share a birthday. They share a birthday.
He said, "What am I doing?"
Said dirty 30. Is it 30 yet?
Yeah, we here.
Oh, snap. That's what's up.
I
30.
said
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out because y'all know like I said off the top, my birthday this Friday. So I'm finna fly into the city, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure she turn up for her birthday.
I'm going incognito. Ain't nobody gonna be
Happy
able to stand me.
birthday.
Oh, that's Ruby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, she at work today. I know that's right.
Okay, she showed up to work.
I'm trying to do better, I promise.
Yeah, so like I was saying about the Libra season and stuff like that. So yeah,
You gotta
thank you,
ask
Joy.
her. Ask
What?
Joy the question. Is it disrespectful?
Okay. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can
Since we
ask
got
that.
a
So
call on her.
since you on the phone right now, Joy, is
Mhm.
it disrespect? So we know about Cardi B being pregnant and she was just married to Offset. She did file for divorce last year. Offset has not signed the papers yet. Okay.
Mhm.
But now she's pregnant by the NFL player Stephon Diggs. Is it disrespectful for her to be pregnant and she's not legally divorced yet?
Not in the ways that people would say it is. So, from my perspective, it's not disrespectful to Offset because she's done.
Okay.
The way he was maneuvering, you would think that
Man.
he's been done, right?
Mm-hmm.
He been disrespectful. Now you can't forget disrespect with disrespect, but his emotions don't matter because obviously he don't care about hers. But now us Coptic folk, if we viewing things through the eyesight of God, they ain't divorced yet, so it's disrespectful to God. It ain't necessarily disrespectful to her husband, I would say.
Man. People don't take the till death part in their vows seriously no more. It's crazy.
But the Bible also says
Okay.
that there's two reasons, right? That you can get a divorce.
What is
There
it?
are
What
also
is it?
been cheating time and time again.
What's
So
the reasons?
infidelity, and I think it's abuse as well.
We're gonna have to look them verses up.
Indeed, we are. I'm gonna look them up and I'm gonna Snapchat.
Adultery is one of the 10 commandments. You can't, thou shall not,
Yeah.
So she's right about the infidelity part. Now,
And he kept going.
Now I don't know about the they kept what?
No, like he kept cheating. But what my thing is this: how we, condemning her now. Personally, for me, I'm not getting pregnant off rip. I'm not doing that. I just had 3 kids by this man. No, I'm not doing that. So if that's what she wants to do, then that's her. She got the money to afford the child, so that's her. He do too. But it's not even about money, but just I believe in healing and fully breaking away from a situation before you fully engulf yourself in another. So do I think that it's disrespectful? No. Premature? Absolutely.
Okay.
But we don't know what's been
I
going on.
definitely agree.
Because I think we all can attest that we've been in situations where we've been with somebody, but we've been done before we even officially established we were done. So
no, when I'm done with somebody, that's it. I'm through.
Okay.
So you trying to say I'm lying or something? What was that?
I just said okay.
Joy always like to come onto the podcast and try to start with me. She one of the women that like to start with me on the camera.
I like to start with all y'all. I'm only here really supporting Ruby, to be honest. Y'all got some women on there now.
That's crazy. Ruby don't show up to work. That be her.
Hold on. First of all, to my defense, right? We all know that Monday should be a Coptic rest day. So with coming off of church on a Sunday and then my just everyday busy life, but I'm gaining some order to it. Like it's gonna be structured.
I
That's
love
good.
that.
Thank you.
Well, that's crazy. All right, you only hit for Ruby. That's all right. You know what, Joy? It's okay. Just enjoy your birthday. I know you on your way to the Munyon.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know.
then we gonna blow it on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna blow everything. Hold on. Just
Hey,
a little bit.
take it, get it right back.
Don't
I don't
spend it
care.
all in one place.
I ain't trying to spend it all in one place. I got stuff I got to pay for.
Indeed, we all do.
All right. Well, thank
Whew.
you, Joy.
No problem.
I know you on your way right now. We in the topics right now of the mass shooting that happened in Michigan at the church. I want to hear Ruby's perspective. If you want to stay on the phone, you can.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ruby.
So can you break it down just a little bit one more time for me so I can make sure when I give my opinion, I'm looking at the whole picture.
Okay, so yesterday, Thomas Jacob Sanford, 40 years old, who is an ex-Marine who served in the Iraq War, drove his truck into the church. 4 people were unalive, 8 people were injured. He got out his car, started shooting, and then he put gasoline on the floor and set the church on fire.
Man, that's
And
deep.
yeah, and he got caught by the police, of course, and they took him down.
Quick question: what's his ethnicity?
You sound
He
like Israel.
he was. Yes, he was.
I just want to know.
He was Caucasian.
He was one of them caution
Okay,
people.
I'll take you.
Well, I'ma just be honest and I'm gonna be biased. First of all, it's crazy that that even happened. And like, my heart goes out to them people families because that is something very tragic. Like, imagine waking up, coming to church, and then you no longer see your loved one. But I personally feel like it's not being broadcasted as loud because I'm always on social media, but because it's not a black person. So that's what I was into with that. But however, like, what? I was listening in the beginning, and I do remember Luke saying something about they should have a security team because that's the first thing that's gonna come to my mind. Like, if y'all have a big church like this, I respectfully feel like there should be some type of security so that one, people are not just getting in with any and everything because you don't know what people come to church with, what their mindset is like. And clearly he got some other stuff going on, but he was very, very educated in the way he went about things, since that he was in the Marines. So he used to like all of this crazy stuff. Um, it's good that they caught him, but now what I want to know is what are they going to do about it? You get what I'm saying? Because those are people, families who've lost loved ones, and not only that, like you just like went crazy on the church. Like, what did the church do to you that bad
That's
that
what I'm trying to figure out.
you felt like what you did was like okay? Like, you able to live with that? Like, I don't know. And it not only that, but like, so did he do anything to the pastor? Like, what does the board of the church have to say concerning this situation?
I think the
Well,
Or we
whole
from
don't
the
church
from
probably
the
kept on
report
asking him for his
from
past. That's what happened.
from the report, he was a member at one point. So this sounds like something that's probably inside that is personal. And of
oh
course, and again, Ruby made such a great point. How y'all don't have a security team? When you get to that level, I think they have an attendance over 100 people a Sunday. It's kind of crazy
Yeah.
to me that there is no
oh yeah,
system.
you definitely need security.
Yeah, it's
Right.
crazy to me, but it's probably because of the environment. They're not, mind you, we're living in very strange times. So
We
we're
are.
seeing the first of what will become something that's almost expected. Just like if you go into a bank, if you went into a bank and there was no armed security, you would think something's wrong. Well, at one
Right.
point, it wasn't as much armed security in banks, but from them seeing that this becomes a high target place, over years they begin to make preparations because they've been through certain things. That's why I believe this is going to be another wake up call for a lot of churches or big churches, and even in my mind, even if you just have a small church, there
Right.
should be some
Small
kind
church
of
should be the
arm.
easy lick whole
Right,
time.
I'm not just talking about some big dude. Oh, we got big tough people, bro. Yo, bullets don't care nothing about how big you are. We talking
Okay.
about tactically trained or armed people that are in the church at all times. That just needs to be they become a standard because we don't live in the old days and times to where churches are off limits. So this was a disgruntled member, probably a little crazy in the mind, got to be crazy in the mind in some kind of way, you
I
know.
think he owed the church the tithes, and they kept bothering him about his tithes. He didn't pay his rent.
And then if there was an
He
underlying
got back
issue,
tithes.
if there was an underlying issue, I wonder like did they ever feel like he would cause harm to the church? Because like I would have ended up getting like a what is it called?
Restraining order.
Yeah, like a restraining order or something, or had like just
They
security,
don't
just
work. It's
just
just a
being
piece of paper.
secure and protecting the people, especially like Luke was saying again, you know, having that many people attend church, that's not like normal. Like, I mean, it's normal now, but you know, to have that many people in a service and there is no security, nobody has anything to protect themselves or the people around them. I feel like that falls on the church. I ain't saying the situation is the church's fault, but you know, like I said, I would have just it should have just been some type of security. And of course, now what they have may have not over Trump what he came with, but the effort to say they tried really wasn't there because y'all was just like having church and then boom, probably like. But I don't know. That's deep. That is really deep. And then, like I said, moving forward, what are y'all gonna do? Like what is his consequences gonna be, because you just went crazy, and then if you're not stable in
He's not
man.
alive. He's not alive anymore. The police got him.
Oh, so they killed him.
They unalive. We can't say kill. They unalived him.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, unalived him. Wow.
Well,
Oh,
in the
No,
church,
so I had a question though, going deeper. I had a question going deeper, fellas and Ruby. My question is it more so the lack of mental support? Because we talk about how healthy your mind needs to be a lot on this podcast. And I know for some veterans, like he was a Marine, he was in the Iraq War. Um, they don't have the mental help when they come home from war or when they come home from whatever they did while they were deployed or out um, doing whatever they need to do when it comes to the military. So is it more of a mental situation? Maybe that's why he did so much, because that was so excessive. First of all, running into the church with your truck, getting out of your truck and shooting people, and then have enough time to throw gasoline on the building and set it ablaze.
hey brother, for all we know, this could have been an MK Ultra type situation, which I
Mm.
really
MK who?
wouldn't put it past, especially seeing as how he has military background. I do
Who?
believe that. I well, so okay, I love teaching. Y'all know I love to teach now. So the government had a program where they were experimenting, and of course they started off with a lot of military because once you're in the military, you become government property. So it's easier to experiment on them because they're your property. They had a program, MK Ultra, and this program was to be able to was a psychological program that was built to be able to create what is known as sleeper cells, meaning with a certain word or a certain command, being able to train a mind to be able to commit a certain act, kind of activating them and then be able to deactivate them. Now we know this is definitely possible because we've already been able to prove that hypnosis is as an absolute fact. We've seen demonstrations. There's been more than enough scientific proof to show that you have the ability with a certain type of mindset of a person. Now this doesn't work with everybody, but certain people are able to go under hypnosis because of the way that their mind structure is set up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of these situations because I look at it on a large scale. What's going on in the world? We just had the situation with Charlie Kirk not too long ago. Then on the same day of Charlie Kirk, you had the school shooting. Then now you had the two church shootings. And of course, like y'all said, even though we be joking, but it is true. This is an act that's committed more on the Caucasian side. It just is what it is. When they want to talk about black people and how we go back and forth with each other, y'all know Luke. I'll be able to say it's 100. If they right, they right. But y'all definitely right on this one that this ain't something you really gonna see our type of people doing. But I think it's deeper. I think this could be something with the military because him having military background and snapping out like that to me is either that or there was really something mentally ill going on with him that made him, snap. And we've seen this happen time and time again over the years dealing with veterans that have been to war and experienced certain things. So I don't know, y'all. It could be something deeper.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Like you
I'm
said,
surprised
Luke,
they had members.
they got a lot. What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Why is that surprising?
I
Why,
would just
why is it surprising to you?
it's surprising just
What?
because I don't know. It's just surprising. But I'm sure they was to try to target black churches. I don't know about y'all, but I know with me, when I see the Caucasian people in a white neighborhood, I'm looking at them like they suspicious. Cause I'm like, whose man's is this? What are they doing here? Like I'm looking at them like they the problem. Cause what you doing in my community? I would definitely have my eye on that if I'm in a black church, like I'm going to church and it's church time. Like, yeah, a white person in a black community with churches, I wouldn't let them in because what you want? Anyways,
Joy laughing.
yeah,
Joy laughing
yeah.
at you.
Like I be driving down the street and I know it's a black neighbor. I'm like, whose man's is this? Like walking down the street. Like I think I was walking down the street one day. Yeah, I know I was walking down the street one day and I'm looking in the car. There's a white dude looking, and then he give me a nod. And I'm just looking like you don't know me, and I ain't finna nod with you. Like I'm keeping it pushing, cause what are you doing here? Like no, you don't get a nod from me. This is no approval for you to say what's up. So keep it moving. And I'm gonna keep it moving. But yeah, I don't know. That's my rant on that.
Well, like Luke was saying, the MK Ultra was a legal human experimentation program designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture.
Wow, that's crazy. They got the truth serum, forcing confessions.
Oh yeah, they been had that. Y'all seen what's the movie? It's the one with Bucky and Captain America and how they would say like little codes and stuff to make him tweak out in Russian. I don't know. I forgot the movie. It's either Captain America Civil War. Yeah, it is. It's Captain America Civil War. It's one of the Marvel movies.
I
Y'all
gotta
check
check it
out
out.
that scene. Y'all check out the scene. But speaking of security, fellas, there was a situation. Y'all know about Terrance Crawford. He just, you know, uh what was it? He beat up what was the person he won against? He just got so many championship titles. Now one of the winningest boxers of all times in different weight classes. Canelo. He beat him in his boxing match, in his championship match. And speaking of security, he got stopped by the police in
He got
Omaha,
stopped by the
Nebraska.
ops.
He got stopped by the police, but his security was in the car with him. His security was with him. Okay. I just want to show this clip real quick. Because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, he got stopped by the ops, man. And the ops act like they don't know who he was.
They act like they don't know who he was. So I'm about to show this video right now. And y'all tell me what y'all think.
Stepping out. Seatbelt. Step out. I'm opening the door. I'm opening the door. Right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up. I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I hold my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So as y'all can see in the video, it's being recorded. The lady in the back is saying being black in America. He's being detained right after he just left a parade from him winning his boxing championship. He's from there. So it's not like he's in a different city that nobody knows him. He's from there. He got stopped by the police. He's telling police he don't got a gun, so they won't start tweaking out, but they telling everybody to get out the car. He's with his security. All of their guns are registered. They're legal with everything. Paperwork is good. He's him. He's a famous boxer. Why do you think, fellas and Ruby, why do you think that this is happening? What is he being detained for? He don't need to be detained. It's a traffic stop.
Well, I read the article. It said they had got a call that there was a car driving erratically, and I guess that was the car. And yeah, that's why he got pulled over. And then they said he got detained and then later released with no charges. So I don't know. Yeah, they don't care who could get it. They don't care who it is at this point, you know. And yeah, you got to say stuff like that. I don't have a gun. You know, you got to ask, hey, is it okay if I open my door? I'm opening my. You got to tell them. You got to narrate like they slow when you talk to the popo. You got to narrate every move that you doing because they really are slow, and at least it seemed like it. But yeah, that's why he got pulled over. But yeah, they don't care. They said he was erratically driving. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why he was driving anyway. If you got a car full of security, go ahead, Luke.
Nah, I was gonna agree with Israel. I would lean towards more the fact he probably was erratically driving. They probably was turned lit from a win, adrenaline going, everybody happy about to go celebrate, and somebody called it in. You know, somebody got that license plate number and called. So there's probable cause right there. If once the call is made, probable cause is already sanctioned. So they kind of, I think detaining him probably was much, but the detaining probably came because of an escalated situation. Which again, like Israel say, we know that's how they are. You have to kind of talk through things, especially when you armed or when you're dealing with people who are armed in your car. It is certain formalities that make it better for not only just your life but also your case, because yeah, you may be recording, but they recording everything too. So I'm not too surprised that there were no charges filed or nothing like that, because this is one of them situations to where, even if he did take it to a judge, search, they gonna throw it out. It's not that big of a deal. It's nothing too concrete, but it's just a big story because he is somebody that's famous, and it is crazy and ironic that it was literally after a victory that he had. So,
right.
Joy talking about some dude that lost hired them to get his money back.
Right. He probably right.
That's some hating stuff.
Right. He probably said that they was driving erratically and stuff. Right.
What's your thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised.
What's your thoughts, Ruby?
It just gives hater. It just gives hater. It does, because like Luke said, I mean, he probably was out enjoying himself. And let's just say he was probably driving a little reckless. But I do agree with what Solomon said. If that was the case, he should have had a driver so that he wasn't even put in a position to even get pulled over. There's somebody not under the influence or may have not had as much to drink or whatever it was that they had. I feel like he should have had a driver. But, I mean, it just gives hater because, he just was in the celebrating mood. Like, he just won. Like, what else do you expect the person to do? And I understand, for the safety of the community or whatever the case may be. But like, if y'all know who he is, it just gives like, because somebody else just drove him. You get what I'm saying? And then, like, y'all just moved on and let him go from there. But if the police knew who he was, it definitely gave hater. That's where he's from. Like, sometimes it be your own people.
Yeah, or like Joy said, it could have really been the opposing team, it could have been somebody really being like foul. Like, okay, we know they like place, we about to
Uh-huh.
call in on them. But Ruby make a great point. I would call this a Martin Luther King lesson moment. Remember when Martin Luther King got pulled over and ended up going to jail and all that because he was driving? This is something his team didn't have to learn the hard way. There should have been no reason for him to be driving.
Yeah, he
When
shouldn't
you
have been.
dealing with
Yeah.
a yeah, when you're dealing with even if he does drive himself on occasions in his personal life, y'all on straight business. Yeah, the job of security is to keep that person not only safe but out of jail, out of harm's way, out of any bad situation. That's what you're hired for. So I'm pretty sure his team had to learn this the hard way, and I bet you he won't be driving home or to any more fights. He won't be driving when it's business. They're gonna put him in the back seat because if anybody gonna go to jail, we're gonna get Buddy out later. That's a part of his job. Give him an
Right.
extra $10,000 bonus for the headache that he went through. But you
Right.
keep the money safe. You keep the
Right.
money going home
Keep the
at night
money
because that's who paying the check. That's who cutting the check.
at the
They
end
learned
of
that
the
the
day.
hard way.
Right.
Yeah,
Cause
I
how you
agree.
gonna get your money and your man's who pays you is in jail? Like what?
I
Or
agree. I was thinking that's why I say like as if you got the whole team of security in your car, you shouldn't have been driving in the first place. That's how I look at it. All right. Now for what I really this is something that I want to talk about because we didn't talk about Charlie Kirk. We didn't talk about um Donald Trump. We didn't talk about all of these people, right? That the social media has been continuously putting out algorithm for us to talk about, to care about, or whatever. But you noticed one person that has not been talked about and has just passed away at 78 years old, and that is Assata Shakur. Now,
school the people,
y'all know
Chris.
how this stuff works. Who's in charge of the internet and all of this other stuff? So, of course, we understand that you ain't gonna get this type of coverage. You feel me? In people's timelines like this. But we have to go ahead and give this sister her recognition and her flowers. For those who do not know who Assata Shakur is, okay? Assata Shakur, I'm going to say, is an American political activist revolutionary. Okay, they want to call her a fugitive and all that other stuff. I'm not going to do all that. We gonna give her the respect that she deserves. Okay, she was a member of the Black Panthers and the and the Black Liberation Army. In 1977, she was convicted of I'm going to say self-defense, but they say it was murder of a state trooper. Okay, in New Jersey in 1973. She fled to Cuba, where she lived out the rest of her days.
That's what's up.
Yeah, away from America and they BS. She escaped from prison.
Escape
She's
from
the
prison.
first, yes, because they arrested her. She got convicted. She tried to do it the I want to say the legal way, right? You know how they
Right.
say, all right, turn yourself in and let's do it the legal way. Let's go to court and try to fight the case and all of this stuff.
Right.
She did that way, got convicted. They put her in the male's prison at first. She escaped.
That's crazy.
Yeah, put her in solitary for like 2 years. Um, but she escaped and fled to Cuba. It was something else I wanted to say too that she did. But fellas, what y'all want to, and Ruby, what do y'all want to say about Assata Shakur? Do y'all have any information? What do y'all think about the whole situation, her life and her legacy? She was born July 16th, 1947, passed away September 25th, born in New York City, passed away in Cuba at the age of 78 years old.
I'm gonna say we need more revolutionaries, need more activists, black activists, uh, pushing towards the cause, moving towards the mark. Cause these days it seems like they get bought out. You know, they get bought out. They scared to die, scared to fight, scared. They scared of everything. We talk a lot. They don't
Yeah,
make them like that.
they gave her a life sentence, all types of weird charges, assaults with a weapon and having a weapon and all this other stuff. That's how they was stepping. The Black Panther Party was stepping like that back then. So I ain't trying to sit up here and I'm not falling for the narrative that America has gave for her. She is the first woman to ever be on the most wanted list as well.
Making history.
Yeah. So yeah, man. This man. Okay, so y'all gotta watch. You remember how you say they don't cover stuff like this?
Mm-hmm.
You know why we deal. You know who own the media? The Jews own the media, but the Jews do capitalize off of stuff like this. So there, if anybody ever noticed, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the viewers probably have seen, the show Scandal. The show Scandal. In the show, Olivia had a mother, and this mother was also on the most wanted list. This mother also fled because of certain charges, but it gave a deeper insight to this mother also has certain political ties with very powerful people. Now we know, of course, this is Tupac's mother. Of course, we know that. But I think a lot of the world underestimated who she really was and also why she was able to escape from prison. We wasn't dealing with just the average member of the party, okay? We're talking about heavy
No,
hitters.
it was
And
Tupac's godmother.
godmother, I'm sorry. But I mean, always remember that was a part of where her fame was, like being known, like we knew, okay, she was somebody special in his life. But there was also a whole nother side. She was a real OG when it came to creating ties with certain governments with what that party was doing. Remember, y'all, it's 2025, so it's kind of hard for us to imagine the power that they had back in the 70s, but they had a lot of power and they also had a lot of political power. This is why, and this is one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why America did not like Castro. We have to remember Castro was trying to overthrow the entire world by helping bring him back in the power of gold, which is what we're starting to see they do now. That's about to happen. But at that point, the way he wanted to do it, it would have gave Cuba such an advantage that he would have had more power and more money than most of the largest countries and the most powerful countries. So it created this tie. But not only that, Castro had a lot of good relationships with a lot of the Black American leaders over here, such as the Honorable Elijah, the Honorable not Elijah Muhammad, but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and she was also one of the ones because he also had ties in with Noble Jew Ali. Castro wasn't just doing his thing. He had ties. So this is why America was looking at it as if it was a almost a terrorist type situation when it came to her, which I personally believe why they put her on the most wanted list because there was something a lot deeper when it came to this woman and her power that she had in these political aspects and these world leaders, which is what again, which would make sense to go to Cuba. If I could be protected where I have some kind of resource, I'm gonna go there. Because if I come back here, they're gonna put me in jail 9 times out of 10 for the rest of my life. Because we know any death to a trooper is life. They putting that on the table automatically. Any death to any officer, whether it's true or not, they're gonna try to find anything to pin on these members, especially the heavy members, just like we seen them do with the mob.
Right.
So again, y'all know I'll be looking at it real deep, but I think this woman was on a whole nother type of level. And like I said, they may not talk about her death they're not gonna talk about her death, and they're not even gonna really talk about her and what she really was, but they will capitalize off of the story. And that's why I brought up Scandal, because you gotta know to know. You gotta kind of know history to see history being thrown back in your face, just in a different way with a different twist, and it's entertaining, but it's reflecting something for them to be able to write the story, for them to be able to articulate it. So that's my take on it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying though, Luke. Right? Um, why is the bots in the media telling me I should care and I should feel some type of emotional attachment because Charlie Kirk got shot in his neck, but I can't talk about and have the remembrance of Assata Shakur? You get what I'm saying? That's not blasted as in like it's not telling them, it's not telling us as a people or as a country, hey, remember this this black revolutionary woman, even though she stood against a lot of our ideals. Why don't we care about Assata Shakur at a mass level, just like they're trying to make us care about Charlie Kirk, build statues, give him a day and all of that stuff? You get what I'm saying?
I think the real
because our coach, I believe our culture is screwed. I wish that our culture has black young Americans, right? The ones who over here fighting the fight, living, doing our thing. I don't think it's strong enough to even emphasize that, because we get distracted by flashy stuff. To me, we're the quickest race to get distracted by something flashy. By flashy, I mean irrelevant news. So for us to be able to regurgitate the same type of emotion as them, I don't see us being able to even take it seriously enough, because most of them be like, well, I don't know who she was. That don't mean nothing to me. That ain't stopping me from doing what I got to do. Boo, Gucci bag.
I
I'm
still
making that
don't
money.
know who Charlie Kirk was. He almost sound like Charlie Sheen, somebody related to him, but I feel like they just making it a big deal because one, he the most recent person that got assassinated, and he white, and it was on TV. Now, if it
Nah,
wasn't
bro.
on
No, no, no,
TV,
no, no, no. It's because Charlie Kirk is the reason Donald Trump got elected, my brother.
okay, that too.
Yeah, the Charlie Kirk. If it wasn't for we got to remember, the last election had one of the largest youth turnouts in history. Meaning, when they would say, young kids not thinking about politics, young kids just living their lives, right? That's usually how it
Right,
is.
right.
Most of the time, voting and all these are for the older generation or the midlife generation who's able to be impacted the most. Young people usually not thinking about that. College campus people a little bit. So it was because of him that Donald Trump really won in a certain aspect, because he was able to pull the youth vote, which
And
is
Trump
why
ain't
they
really
emphasize
care.
him so much. And
He ain't
also
really
remember,
care.
Charlie Kirk was also big. His donations for his network took in a lot of Jewish money, a lot of Israel money, Zionist money. So because they control media, they're going to pump out, quote unquote, their own more, right? You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like they
but
control it. He's an ally in a way. Versus with us, they don't care nothing about us for real. Like they don't care nothing
Trump
about
ain't
us unless
care.
we making
He
them some
ain't
money.
care for real. He asked Trump about it. He was talking about, yo, look at this. They building that over there. Trump ain't really care about it there.
yeah. Yeah, when he
You
said
played the
they
video
building a
last week.
ballroom in a White
Yeah.
House.
He's like, oh, it's a sad thing. Over there, we're building a ballroom for the White House or something. I'm like, yo, this dude did not care. He probably ain't hear the question clearly. I don't know.
Ruby, what do you think about the whole Assata Shakur situation? And have you heard about her? If you have or have not, this is your first time or whatnot. What do you think about Assata Shakur? Oh, maybe she stepped. Okay. Did she step away? Okay, she probably stepped away for a second. Like I say, my thing is it's always the manipulation to me. How you gonna tell me I'm supposed to care about this man? I gotta care about if he get a statue. I don't care about that. I gotta care about if he getting if they gonna make a Charlie Kirk Day. I don't care about that either. There's so many different things lining up. I don't know if y'all seen what I had shared in the group chat about like the conspiracies and stuff.
I don't think so.
But it was one where like him and George Floyd got the same birthday, October 14th.
Oh yeah. That's
Um,
crazy.
and then you already know how George Floyd passed away, where you know they had the police had his knee on his neck.
Oh yeah.
Then he got shot in his neck. Then they said in 1998, Nicolas Cage movie Snake Eyes sparks a conspiracy after the character named Charles Kirkland is shot in the neck by Tyler.
Who does this research? This is
I don't
crazy
know. They be
questions.
deep though. They be
They be
in it,
having
don't they?
sideburns. You can't beat the internet. The internet, man, you got investigators all over the world now. They gonna
Yeah.
dig it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
but
conspiracy.
they gonna push their stuff more, y'all. I mean, until we create our own YouTube, like YouTube is owned by Google. Google is owned by the Jews. Israel run this thing. Do y'all understand? So if when it come to us, unless we create our own, you never really gonna see it pushed into that type of narrative like they stuff is pushed. I wouldn't even expect it. I would be surprised if they did. I would really look at them sideways if they did, because everybody thinks the same way. Take care of your own first.
Yeah. I agree with you. It's a lot that is going on. But salute and to Assata Shakur for what she stood on and what she represented. You know, as the Black woman, I believe, you know, she was able to get through certain situations because she had, you know, real men behind her, big steppers behind her as well. You know what I'm saying? It's for her to be able to get to Cuba itself. I'm trying to hey, how do you get to Cuba? Like, I feel like everybody there. I
Yeah,
gotta hey, hold on, I do got a question though, y'all. Do y'all think Tupac though?
look, I was thinking when you was talking about Cuba and her fleeing to Cuba, I'm like, yo, so I could go to Cuba and they'll take me. I look like I could be Cuban, but I'm like, you know what? He could be there. The only way we can find out is you got to go to Cuba. You got to spend some time in Cuba. You know, spend some time and be outside in Cuba. Because if you ain't outside and around, you know, you could say you went and you ain't seen them, but you ain't go nowhere while you was there.
I used to think about that too. I used to think to myself, man, is Tupac possibly somewhere else? Is like, but I don't think he is. The reason I say I don't think he is because to me he would have been too hungry to get back into the scene, seeing as how money is different, you know, and the game is different, things are digital. I just feel like it would have been too hard for him to stay quiet this long. Even if he came out as an old man and been like, yeah, I'm alive, he would have ate that money from them interviews. They would have been offering him $500,000 per interview. Please come on my show, you know, whatever. I just can't see him just sitting back and just being like, nah, I'm gonna just fade away in history. So I don't
Maybe it's
know.
a time and a place. Maybe he waiting.
You know, they do
Maybe
have a
we might
statute of
hear
Hey,
from him.
hey,
limitations.
hey, he could have did like Edward Snowden and just did it from like a little room where don't nobody know where you at. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to feel like it. You remember Edward Snowden is in Russia because if he come to America, they grabbing him as soon as he get here. But he still does podcasts and everything. You know what I'm saying? He just does it digitally because they can't go and get him from Russia, but they also can't take him offline. And even if you did take him offline, there's multiple platforms you can go to where if people really want to hear your voice, they'll find you. So
Right.
that's why I'm like, I feel like that's what Tupac would have did. He would have been like, y'all never gonna know where I'm at, but I'm gonna drop a single on y'all, right? And like something crazy like that.
That'd be crazy. That if after all these years, Tupac drop a single, that'd be nuts. The whole world gonna be like, what? I knew he was alive.
You know how I knew he was alive? Cause why else they gonna tell us if Pharaohs Shakur died in
See,
Cuba?
that I ain't gonna lie. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe this his cue right here, Luke. Maybe he was waiting on something big to happen, and then he, boom. I'm still here though. You muted.
Oh, my bad. I said, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Well, some other things that we could see. This is the last thing, fellas, before we get into our thoughts from the Pharaoh today. So Luke sent this video. Now we've been talking about this for a second, but we ain't been able to really prove much because everybody always thinks something is a conspiracy theory, but it don't be a conspiracy theory when they having meetings about it. Okay, y'all, this is a video that shows that they talking about the UFO sighting from one of the Navy bases or ships, the USS Jackson. They say it rose from the ocean and then vanished.
Jackson where?
The USS Jackson. Oh, Ruby back.
My bad, y'all.
Before I get to this UFO video, Ruby, do you have any thoughts on Assata Shakur?
Honestly, no. I'm being honest. I really wasn't aware of who she was until you began speaking on her. But it sounds like she was, a power for the people, power to the people. Yeah, I mean, it was. I learned something new today because I was unaware of who she was. So it was a learning lesson for me.
Okay. All right, so here y'all watch this video. Y'all watch this video. They were talking about UFOs coming out the ocean that was spotted by the Navy, and then we gonna speculate because I'm so ready for them to release these aliens.
Release the aliens.
I recognize Chief Wiggins for his opening statement. Please press your button. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairwoman Luna, Ranking Member Crockett, and members of the task force and the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Alexandra Wiggins. I'm an active duty U.S. Navy Operations Specialist, Senior Chief Petty Officer, father of 3, and dedicated American testifying today in my personal capacity. The views I share are my own, and I do not represent the official positions of the Department of the Navy or any subordinate organization. On the evening of February 15th, 2023, at approximately 19:15 PST, in the Whiskey 291 warning area off the coast of Southern California, I was serving on board USS Jackson. During that period, I moved between the ICC-1 and the bridge wing, correlating the sensor picture with visual observations, part of my routine responsibilities for surface and air picture management. What I observed and what our crew recorded was not consistent with conventional aircraft or drones as they appear in our system. A self-luminous tic-tac shaped object emerged from the ocean before linking up with 3 other similar objects. The 4 then disappeared simultaneously with a high synchronized, near instantaneous acceleration. I observed no sonic boom and no conventional propulsion signatures, no exhaust plume, no control surface articulation on the Sapphire image system. Shortly after the synchronized departure, radar tracks dropped. These observations were multi-sensor and recorded in ICC-1. with time location overlay visible in our source frames that have been made public by journalists. From my experience operating in this region over many years and consistent with our public characterized encounters, unidentified objects reoccur in United States operation areas off Southern California. That fact alone does not tell us what they are, but it does argue the systematic stigma-free reporting and for the preservation of sensor data so analysts can evaluate safe and intelligence implications with rigor. I want to underscore 3 points for the task force and the committee. Aviation and maritime safety. When crews and watchstanders observe objects that maneuver or accelerate in ways that does not match known profiles and do so near our ships and aircraft, that is first and foremost a safety issue. Standardized checklists and training should ensure we capture the best possible sensor data in real time, including IR settings, slant range estimates, and bearing and range altitude snapshots, and immediate chain of custody for any recordings. Reporting without stigma, protection without retribution. Sailors need to know that reporting UAP encounters will not harm their careers. Congress can help by reinforcing witness protection and by directing the relevant office to maintain confidential, destigmatized channels for service members who step forward with data.
All right, fellas.
Well, I guess he just got himself out of here. So
Oh.
I'm like, yo. So what are y'all thoughts on the video?
Yeah. What y'all think about it?
Well, I mean, I'll be short with it because I sent the video, you know. It's just in my mind, it's so much that's going on. I wouldn't be surprised by anything. They've been having talks like this, and this is not the first testimony of any active. Well, it's rare now that it's an active duty, which is what made me very interested in the story. Usually, these are retired officers because they're usually in fear of some kind of action taken against them. It's very rare that you find one that's active. And again, this is just another testimony to the fact that as much as they try to act like they know everything that's going on, they don't. It's a lot of things that I just believe the public has not been exposed to, and there's a lot of relationships that I believe the public has just not been exposed to. So I'm interested to see how this story goes on, but I just added another layer to the fact that we know that there is something else going on. You know, but what y'all think?
Hey, I'm finna give can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm finna give an applause to Chief Wiggins real quick. Gotta get up because he brave enough to talk about these UFO sightings and aliens that's been here, that's been traveling through and going however they moving the way they've been wanting to move here for the longest amount of time. Remember how we talk about there's a no-fly zone in Antarctica, and we talk about how there's only a certain bases and people that's actually allowed in Antarctica they can find there deep in the ice. This I like this. Bring more of this out, please, because we tired of making it seem like Men in Black wasn't a real organization, which it was. They put a lot of stuff in movies to make it seem as though that it's just pretend, it's just somebody's imagination going wild and all that stuff. Art imitates life. Things that we put on screen, that we put on a canvas to paint, things that we put on as a cartoon all of these things take what's really going on in our lives. I'm always keep saying this. Bring out the aliens. Go ahead, Israel.
I think at this point, everybody talking. I'm like, don't tell me, show me. I would have been better off with like a picture or a video, because I'm like, okay, you saying the same stuff I heard somebody else say. Show me a picture. You seen it. Why you ain't record it? Why you ain't take pictures? I don't want to hear nothing else unless it's recorded or it's pictures. That's what I show me. That's what I want to do. I want like show me. Don't tell me, show me. If you
Well,
ain't got proof, because
they
It
everybody
was
released.
too
heard it. I'm like,
fast.
no, it was fast enough for him to say all of that. He could have recorded it. They should have all this video they got for everything. Then they ain't got a video that's happening that's crazy. Like I'm sure if I tried to get on the base, they have video of me trying to climb the gate, but they ain't got video in the sky of this UFO linking up with 3 other UFOs.
Well, you got to be careful too, though. You know, the age of AI that we in, Israel, it could be fake.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much fake stuff out there. You don't even know what to believe until you see, nah, that ain't real, because the hands look like look like this or something. It's only 3 hands, and I'm looking at a picture of somebody. I'm like, yeah, this AI, this ain't a real picture. And that's a disclaimer right there. You can tell with the AI pictures. Look at the hands. If the hands be looking like this and stuff, yeah, that's an AI picture. Like they hands down.
I mean, they in my mind they've released them, but I don't think they can be released. So what I mean by that is, I don't think we have the power. Even if the government came out and said, well, yeah, we've been dealing with aliens for a minute. We got business. We got treaties with them. You know, they occupy a certain part of the earth. We occupy a certain part of the earth. We try to leave them alone. Even if you came out and said all that, all you really gonna do now is you got the truth, but that don't mean you get to see anything. Because if they did exist, I wouldn't understand why they would want to bother us anyway. We don't do nothing but cause trouble most of the time. And if I was an alien, okay, I would want to stay far away from us. So if I had my own portion inside of the earth, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Right.
Just try not to blow yourselves up while
Look,
y'all up there, because y'all probably gonna mess up the inside of the earth. Or
they
y'all
know
gonna throw
people.
off the whole balance of the universe.
They probably want to be left
Because
alone.
remember, with the most sightings that the United States had ever had was during the time they were experimenting with the atomic bomb. And theories is that the atomic bomb is what really started causing all of the different sightings. Because again, if you got a neighbor and your neighbor blowing stuff up in their house, in your
Right.
mind, you like, I don't want you to blow yourself up and me at the same time. So
Right.
let me go see what you got going on, because y'all acting crazy.
Right. Well,
And
I'm
y'all
finna
about to
leave.
destroy each other, right? That's why I'm like, if they released it, they wouldn't even want to deal with us. The only thing they probably be like is just leave them alone. We gave them a little technology. You know, if y'all notice, we went from riding on horses to now you got phones the size of a itty bitty finger. So we might have got a little something. We got better medicine now. Nobody really can tell you where sunglasses came from. You ever thought about that? Where you get that from? Like stuff like that. Like we can go down that rabbit hole, but in my mind, they'd be like, nah, we didn't give y'all enough. Just try not to blow yourselves up and us up at the same time.
Knowing how humans are, they be trying to see what they taste like. Try to see if they could cook them.
Well, I would.
Taste
You
like
would want their
octopus.
technology.
No,
You would want
that's
their technology.
see, you talking about some white people stuff.
Yeah, white people want to see what they taste like. They want to eat an alien.
They do it every way. They do it every day when they eat octopus and squids and stuff.
Where y'all think the idea for Predator came from?
The idea for Predator?
The movie Predator, that whole line. Where y'all, you remember what we said? They may not tell you the truth, but they will entertain you off of the truth.
Yeah, they would.
So where did the idea to draw that figure to make it look like that? Or did that just come out of nowhere? Did some artist just say, hey, you know, this is what they gonna look like? I don't know.
Right. But they do have camouflage abilities, so then they could, and then just go. Now you see them, now you don't type.
Yeah. Ruby, do you have anything to say about the UFOs? And did you want to share the story that you want to talk about real quick before we move on to thoughts from the Pharaoh?
No, honestly, concerning the UFO, I was just listening to everything y'all had to say, and then, so I don't know what you talking about.
So the story you was talking about the baby mama that went to
Yes,
the go ahead.
all that. So I'm not sure if Luke and Israel, if y'all are aware, but it was a young lady by the name of Romika. Um, she was unalived by her child's father, other baby mama, due to an altercation that transpired outside of school. And I just wanted to know, like, if y'all knew about the story, how did y'all feel about it?
Yeah, I know a little bit. I know that part, but I don't know what was the reasoning behind it. And that's why you can't be messing with baby mamas. Like, nah. Like baby mama versus baby mama, y'all gotta have an agreement or something. But I don't know. I know that happened, but I don't know why it happened with the story. And it happened in front of the school. And I know that they said that the baby mama was in the right for whatever reason of doing it. And yeah. So do you know why it happened? What it was over?
I've heard several things. I don't know the facts of it. But rumor what I seen on social media pertaining to the situation, I guess they had like a prior altercation or whatever, and with that happening, a child lost his mother, and the son birthday was just yesterday. I seen like pictures of the family, gathering with him to help him celebrate and things like that. But it's just like, first of all, I do not understand why justice is not served for her. Not saying that it won't be, but it's like, come on, outside of a school, like, and then they had the witnesses out there telling the story what they seen, and that was honestly, in my opinion, one of the first times I've ever seen people like very quick to speak on what they witnessed and not like hesitate, if you get what I'm saying. Like, sometimes people will see what's going on, won't call the police, won't say nothing, but they were very like vocal about what happened. um
Was this a Chicago incident?
Yeah, this
yeah,
was in
this
Chicago.
is Chicago.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that.
um and I mean, I said all that to say, like, that's a very tragic situation. um my heart goes out to her son, because that is just a lot. But it's just like the violence in Chicago is outrageous. Like,
It need to be
it is
reset.
ridiculous.
The energy need to be reset in the city. That's what it need to
Nah,
be
but
reset.
they got mad at me when I started talking about Mayor Johnson though. So
Talking
I
about
was
what?
talking.
Somebody I just Luke, I'm glad you just said that. I was
Started
watching
talking about
somebody,
what?
I forgot who it was, but they said that the mayor is doing a good job. Oh, who we met this weekend, Israel,
Oh
said that
yeah,
the mayor in
Marcus.
Chicago is doing a good job.
Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Doing a good
So what,
job at
Marcus?
what?
He from Chicago?
No, he's not from
What do you
Chicago.
think he doing a good job at?
Yeah, that,
Oh
that
no,
that would make you. That would make
he
even more
said
sense. Maybe why he think that.
he said he's doing a good job. I think because they're pressing against Trump
Okay, on the
when it
ice,
comes
on the
to
ice situation though,
yeah,
but
on the
not
ICE
the.
situation.
But on the violent situation, it's another black on black crime, and they ostracizing. But the city need to be reset on their energy and values and things like that. Cause yeah, I don't know, it just need
You
to
know,
reset.
you know what always made me amazed me about the situation with the ICE thing, especially with a city like Chicago where black people have been thriving for many, many years. You've had some of the greatest people in history come out of Chicago, black people come out of Chicago, some of the greatest politicians, some of the greatest leaders, some of the greatest musicians and artists come out of Chicago. What always amazed me is how are y'all not mad? As a black person, you've been in this country. Your generation didn't been here for many, many years. You were brought here, forced to come here, many, or you were already here and your stuff got taken. You got you got punked, right? How you not mad that somebody can come? It's like, again, somebody can come in and take all your benefits. You paying the taxes, you sending your children to their schools, you sending your children to the colleges that you built where y'all got to pay taxes. I never could understand how you could not be mad in Chicago seeing all of the benefits. And again, I'm not speaking from somebody that's just somewhere. I'm speaking for somebody that has applied for the benefits. I'm speaking for somebody that's applied for the charity benefits. These people are getting money that's supposed to be for us to take care of our community. Anybody can be a witness that I take care of Chicago. I take care of my community, but I can't get what I need and they can get what they need. But we've been here for generations. I'm sorry,
Because they getting paid off. They
he's
getting
not doing a
paid
good
off,
job.
Pharaoh. They
Yeah,
getting
somebody's
paid
paying him
off.
off.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying him off to turn a blind eye to all of these black people who are citizens. And no matter really what you look like in Chicago, you're a Chicagoan, but all your money that's used to build your city up. You in one of the greatest cities in the world, but you can't get no money. And then you're gonna watch the money give something to the adopted child that just came in, but really just stumbled in. Let's be real. That's
Yeah,
weird to me. That's
yeah.
disrespectful to black people.
You know, when it comes to that whole situation with the father and the baby mama, I heard that they were getting into it, and he was kind of like holding the lady that got killed or unalived. Okay, so this is my thing. These disputes, and it'd be disputes over, I think, the most smallest thing. We as the people need to learn our communication is ineffective at the moment. We don't know how to talk to each other. The toxicity, as y'all talking about in the city of Chicago, it is like it has risen. And I don't know why. It could be financial reasons. It could be whatever they put in Lake Michigan. I don't know. But there is a different energy that Chicago is on that needs to be, like you said, Israel, reset, revamped. People need to understand that what they're doing is totally out of order and crazy. I believe that people are going to be sitting in jail and they're going to be saying to themselves, I wish I didn't.
All the time.
That's all they're going to, I wish I did not. I wish I could have. I wish, shoulda, woulda, couldas is one of the main things that people be sitting in jail contemplating. This situation that Ruby is bringing up, I believe, is totally uncalled for, totally unnecessary, and was a huge mistake on both parties' part. Because no, maybe that the baby father didn't do anything, he didn't pull a trigger or anything like that. But him being there and they saying that he was holding the other baby mother, now you're that's accessory. You're going to go down for being involved in this. But I don't know what it is. The anger, it's like once somebody get hot and angry in Chicago, it's like it just stay there. We don't have no type of calming down tactics or nothing. So, but thanks for bringing that shedding light to that story, Ruby, because we did not talk about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, family. Our newest segment for this season is called Thoughts from the Pharaoh. And this could be anything. This could be.
There we go. Okay, use pause for a second. At least I'm on.
Okay. This could be anything. This could be a scripture. This could be encouragement. This could be a rant. This could be any type of situation that is a thought from us. And so this week it is Luke's turn for his thought. All right. So go right ahead.
Alrighty. Last time I got the opportunity to speak to the people, I gave more of a motivational one. This is gonna be a rant. It's rant time. And
Let's go.
my rant, if I had a title for this thought, minding your business pays. Um, and I we speak to all people. You know, we're this audience is all over the world. We got people all over the world who done tuned in between TikTok, Spotify, Instagram. So we reach
Yep.
all kind of people. But this message is for all people. This is a universal message. Minding your business pays. And I think sometimes when people hear minding your business, they think that means turning the eye to certain things. But I want you to look at it in a different type of way. I think it's certain things you need to start looking into, certain things you need to be aware of that deals with your life, your business, your society, your community. Become more involved. Start knowing what's going on around you. Start having some kind of input because too many of us, in my mind, have stopped talking, stopped communicating. And it goes back to what Solomon was saying, to where I think this is where a lot of the anger is coming from. We have forgotten how to speak on things or to mind them in a way. Mind, remember the word mind, mind. It's also the same word that they use when they're trying to dig out gold, when they're trying to dig out jewels, and they have to discover, to put themselves in an uncomfortable position. Thoughts from the Pharaoh.
All right, all right. That's your thoughts.
That's what's up. Minding your business pays.
Well, I don't have a question this week, but that is all right. I thank Ruby for finally showing up to work.
I know, right? There we go. Finally. Hey. First step is showing up. Part of success is showing up. She just got back out. Dang.
Yeah, she said it was messing up, so
Okay.
but family, thank you for joining us for episode 58 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. All right. And you can find me on Facebook at Cornelius Solomon Walker. You can find me on Instagram at CJ Walker 103. And if you want your book to be published, you can email me at cwalker1582 at gmail.com. Israel, where can people find you?
Man, y'all can find me at the Pharaohs Podcast. Y'all can find me on Facebook. Y'all can find me on email. At my email or on my website. My website is currently still getting worked on. So, yeah.
Luke, where can people find you?
Hey, shout out to the people. Shout out to the people. You can find me at Luke733 lead the number 9 at gmail.com, or you can find me at Pharaohs Podcast at gmail.com. Maria, shout out to Maria. I don't know if she one of the subscribers or she just tuned in. Sent me a really nice letter via email, just showing appreciation. And she was telling me about how she's learned a lot from things that I've said and how I word things in a way that kind of really makes you think. So shout out to her. There was another person that sent me an email. I can't remember you, but I'm gonna give you another shout out. But like I say, I like it. I like the engagement. Definitely subscribe, follow us, shoot us messages, shoot us questions, see what we think about certain things. And thank you to the people that's been enjoying this so far.
I like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
Ruby, where you at?
I'm right here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We was talking mess when your phone was messing up. We said she finally showed up to work.
Oh.
Finally.
It did.
Part of
But we
success
getting
is
better.
showing up.
Thank you. I'm trying to do better. What was the question, Solomon?
I didn't have a question. We signing off. We signing off. But I know I do got a question. All right, so look, check it out. Okay, family. See, y'all get to hear this real quick before we sign out. All right, so I'm flying in. I'm flying in on Friday. Okay. Okay. I know it's Passover Sunday, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm letting you know right now, I'm acting a whole fool the whole weekend. So if you want to come outside, just let me know.
I got you. Y'all know my birthday on Sunday, so I got you. We lit the whole Libra season is ours. Like, we lit.
Yeah, Libra season going crazy. I don't know what Luke gonna do for his birthday. You got plans you thinking about? You thinking about going somewhere? I know you got them frequent flyer miles now, Luke.
I'm crying. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting out of the city for my weekend, going on over to another little place, you know, little seclusion.
All right. Well,
When
family.
your birthday, Luke?
October 16th.
What? It's not right next to the Pharaoh Queen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She told my mama she should have held me a little longer. That's what she told my mama when I was born. You could have held him until my birthday.
That's funny.
Well, I was gonna say we're gonna have to have the Queen come back on here for another time. All right, family. That's it from us. We'll see y'all next week. I know we were supposed to have our special guest today, but we're gonna have her come on next week. So that's that. Anything else?
Y'all stay strong and be blessed.
Amen.
You too. All right,
Wow.
family. Peace.
Peace out. A-Town down.